Hey, Chief.
How you doing?
Good, good afternoon.
Good
Uh,
afternoon, sir.
I am doing. I am doing. Hey, guys out there, our listening and viewing audience, we're a little behind, about 15 minutes. A lot going on, and then we had some technical difficulties, but we are here. And I know you think probably thought we weren't coming on because we usually come on and we do come on right at one. But we are here, and the good news is this is streamed, so people can come back who didn't think we're coming on can see us. But this is September 19th, 2025. And you're here with another week of Chat with the Chiefs with myself, Director Dan McGinnis, and the incomparable Chief Greg Abrams of Benton Charter Township Police Department. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm doing good. It's been busy, and I'm sure it's been the same for you. It's been the same for both of us.
It has definitely been very busy. It doesn't look like the week's going to let up much. But we wanted to make sure that we got on really a couple things. Of course, in the city, we had an incident yesterday. And then also we have our car show coming up at the this weekend, Saturday. So I think without any further ado, we'll kind of jump into that. I know we had really been talking about Chief our numbers going down statistically as far as violent crime. Unfortunately, we did have a shooting yesterday with a young man who was struck. Of course, I won't put out a name or too much information. The investigation is still ongoing, and there had been some, I think, information out that he expired. Let me say, as of now, he has not. He has not. Still is in critical condition, but he has not expired as of yet. So I know late last night it went out that he did, but that is not the case as of right now. So our prayers go out to the family of that victim, and I know our detectives who are working together because, of course, Ben Harbor, Ben Township work together. And so the detectives actually are out right now working that case.
Mhm.
And even last night, Chief, we had our tactical team activated. We talked about this, bringing back our own tactical team. Actually, we have it. It's my goal, my bucket list, my dream before we go to have a joint Benton Harbor, Benton Township tag team. So we got six on
Right.
ours. We get six from you. We got a full team, 12 members. That's down the road, but that's kind of where we are. Anything happened for you this week in relation to the shooting or anything that might be related to this or precipitated this? What
Well, I
happened?
know we had shots fired a couple days ago out in Highland. My guys went out there and searched the area. They didn't really find anything, but we did hear rumors that maybe the situation of the shots fired that happened in Highland could also be related to the situation that happened in Bus. Like we talked about earlier, that crossing boundaries. So we do have our agencies, yours and mine, together investigating this, and it sounds like they're making some good headway, and it sounds like they've already maybe even collected quite a bit of good evidence so far. So we'll just be praying, for the young man and his family, of course, and hoping we can bring that suspect to justice.
Yes, I will say I believe we did in the search warrant and then a subsequent search of the area did recover two guns, at least
Mhm.
two guns that I'm aware of. So we got those off the street, and those we believe are good evidence to help with our investigation. So
That's
uh,
excellent.
kind, kind of sad and somber. I think it could be why I don't feel my normal chipper self. I think we said this before. I'll say it again. People may not really realize this, especially with kind of like the some people that are kind of anti-police, but police take like these things really personally. It really upsets me, really on both sides, Chief Abrams. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Victim and his family or her family, but even on the suspect side, their family, because now all of a sudden lives get ruined or
Hmm.
adversely affected, and it's sad. And one of the things that I hate is the state of family in our community, and I really believe on kind of rebuilding that and rebuilding those ties And I guess I think that's why I don't really feel good right now. Especially we've had a run this year, even from last year, as far as these incidents being down. But now we have families devastated, and we don't feel good about that. And cops, we are human. We do take those personally, and that's why right now, again, as you said, our detectives are out right now diligently working this case, taking as far as they can go. So,
Yeah, I feel the same. Any shooting, any uh, violent death that happens in our community, you can't help but to think about um, the family that's attached to that person or that victim, how they are hurting, and it's like, man, what can we do? And what we do is, as a police department, we investigate, you know, we prosecute, and we send them away. We justice for everybody, one way or another. It's just what we do. And yes, it tugs at our heart no matter who it is. And I don't know, man. It's one of those days, just like you said. And I'm trying to, do something positive, in our community to kind of offset that, but nothing that I can do at this point is going to offset, that victim's pain that from the family as well. Nothing.
no. And, there's probably conversation probably for a different venue, probably maybe a church discussion group, but a lot,
Yeah.
a lot of times things kind of run in families. Again, it's not the venue to talk about kind of generational curses, but again, I know more than obviously that I can put out. But this, how can I say it? Things have happened in bloodlines that now we see affecting our youth, and that's why I think we work so hard to try to change
Hmm.
the culture of our community, especially in relation to role models for young men. And again, I always say, don't forget the young ladies, because the young ladies need strong male role models also, if not more so than the young
Yeah.
men do. So I feel very strongly with that, especially being a father of three daughters. We cannot forget the young ladies as far as needing positive male role models. And again, I'm not trying to be political, not trying to whatever, but that's exactly why I think the things that I do and you do is to give youth in our community the ability to say, hey, look, there's a black chief. There's a black chief over there. They work. I know, of course, I came up through under you, chief, and through you. I know where you came from, how you worked, and vice versa. And it can be done. And to give back to our community, we got a lot of our young people who do go and leave and don't come back. So we got a brain drain, we got a talent drain, and we get kind of caught up in the same cycles that we're trying to break. Again,
Hmm.
conversation for another venue probably. I don't want to start to get preachy and even more emotional, but it's kind of where I am today.
Well, you know what? I think we're definitely going to have that conversation. We'll plan it, and we'll dive deep into family issues and what we can do to make our families better, be more productive citizens in our society. It's going to have to happen one way or another. We just can't keep glossing over it and think things are going to change. It has to come from all platforms. You, me, parents, parishioners. I'm just going to come from everybody. And so I think whenever you decide to start that, I think we're gonna all be ready for it. We're gonna have to hit some hard truths, and some people gonna get mad because you know what you either are doing or not doing. But it's a challenge. It's a challenge for you to make a change, to make a difference, to make you know a better society for everyone to live in. And it's starting with your kids, starting with the dads, it's starting with the moms, all of that. And it's gonna be heated, but I think we can get through it. I think we can get through it.
I'm not adverse to heat. That's for sure. So I'm let's keep praying, Ben Harbor.
Yes.
Let's be standing in agreement for positivity in our community. Again, I'm not trying to make this. And I can go there, but I'm not trying to make this a religious kind of spin. But there are certain laws of the universe that if we think a certain way, those things manifest. And I believe if we were to come together, regardless if you go to church or not, regardless if you are Kojic, Apostolic, Baptist, whatever, we need to come together and stand in agreement and put positive thoughts and prayers into the atmosphere so that it can start to permeate into this community. You know, the Bible says again in Romans, the creation groans in manifestation of the expectation of the sons of God. So it is us to stand together because remember when God had approached Cain, he says, "Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." That's what hurts. You know, again, I'm trying not to go there, but that's what hurts. That's a truth. That's a biblical truth. When these kids shed blood, or these kids' blood is shed in the 49022, the blood cries out from the ground. And if you have any sense or care anything about our community, it should affect us all. And again, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but again, we as cops are real people, and this is how we feel when these things happen.
All right, this is just not another statistic. Like, oh, a check off the list. Well, we had this, we had that. We are emotionally involved in how, our citizens feel, and we want to be there when we can to help them through some of these tough times. Kendra Keller, I can see you care very deeply, and I appreciate you, being on this show and telling us what we need to hear, and telling everybody else what they need to hear. So, thank you for your comments.
Yes, and again, I just in my mind. Again, we like to quote. We love for those that go to church. Pastors start quoting, 2 Corinthians 7:14. If my people call by my name, we get all riled up. But
I was just thinking that.
we
I know,
forget
right?
there's a full part of that. If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves
Humble.
and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I heal from heaven. Again, here's the key part for the 49022. Then I will heal their land. We get happy and shouting before we get to the final period where he says, then I will heal their land. I think Ben Harbor is crying out for a healing of the land. It's going to take the people. It's going to take the people coming together. It's going to take the people coming together regardless of differences, denominational, whatever the case may be, and be on one accord and say enough is enough with our young men. And it's not just young men, because prior to this, 2 or 3 years ago, it was young ladies shooting each other.
Yeah, I remember
Tired
that.
of it. Tired of it. Tired of it. So, Chief, I'm gonna shut up, man.
Well, no, you're right. But my challenge is right now, regarding this latest situation that happened out in Bus. If there are any witnesses out there that knows anything about this situation, if we're looking for a suspect or not, you know what? This is your time to step up. Be the citizen that you say you want to be for your society, your 49022. This is the time we want you to step up. Give us a call. Say, hey, I got information about this situation. I mean, overall, everybody's been doing great anyway.
Yeah.
But now we really need some help in solving this last, particular shooting. And the family wants justice as well. And if you have any information, drop us a line, give us a call. The chief will put our information up there, our numbers here later, and anything you have. If you got kids and if your son or your daughter is involved in this, bring them down to the station. Let us interview them. Let's get to the bottom. Let's get to the truth. Transparency. Just like the director said, transparency.
So I was actually texting. I was looking down a little earlier, trying to see who the lead detective is and their contact number. But again, they're all detecting, so they haven't gotten back to me yet. But here's my direct down number. If you happen to know something, see something, heard something, got a camera, whatever, you can call me and I'll make sure it is routed right to the Dicks so they can get on that. And Chief, to your point, let me say this. Again, this is what I'm talking about as far as it's really hard for me to separate the preacher in me and the officer in me because it all works together in my mind.
Mm.
But we've been talking about people cooperating. Again, we've been on for a year now together, and we are seeing that. We saw it yesterday. I mean, to the point where again we were able to recover weapons. We were able to get interviews done. We were able to get a search warrant to recover another weapon and get some evidence. So
Hmm.
Benton Harbor has been helping and cooperating, which I think is why we have had our crime reduced
Hmm.
significantly on both sides of the border. And we thank you for that. I thank you for that. I'm sure I speak for Chief Abrams. We thank you for that. Let's keep that going.
Yep.
Keep communicating, because you see, when you do, we can work fast to help get the bad players off the street. So, but if you know something, heard something, again, here's my number. At least that's actually my direct dial. Generally, I'm busy, but leave a message, and I'll definitely make sure it gets to the right detective or person. But again, anything in township, here is the direct dial for Benton Township. You can get, I think, the chief's assistant. We'll definitely make sure that's routed the right way. And let me say again, Chief, how many people come online weekly with a show, try to be transparent, share with the community, and put their direct numbers on I almost said TV,
No.
online.
All right. This is TV.
Gave
Huh.
my age away. Gave my
That's
age
right.
away.
I don't know anybody that does this, man. And I think by putting our program in the forefront, of other shows or anything else you could be watching right now, if you're watching this, then you know, we mean business and we care about our community and we're going to do whatever it is that we have to do to make sure our community stays successful. You know, I mean, Chief, this is a great platform you put on. When you asked me to come on it, I was scared but excited at the same
You
time.
were.
And you told me it's gonna be all right, man. Just calm down, speak your mind. We're gonna be okay. And as time went on, things happened. But now, I wouldn't take it back for nothing. As long as you keep this platform up, I'll be here.
Amen.
I
I, I,
appreciate
I thank God for you, and I think you were the man for the job over there. So, okay, we've talked about that, and again, this could be a show to itself. Let's move into, we are here the weekend of your baby, the car show.
you. Yes, definitely excited. So some time ago, I spoke about this, and I had some setbacks because of some um, special event insurance dealing with the property. So I couldn't have it on a day I really wanted to. So when the trigger was actually pulled to say yes, okay, let's go, I had to hurry and put all these moving parts together to try to move in unison to make sure that this is going to be a good car show. So it is I'm sorry, September 20th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Slumberland parking lot. I think the 756 East Napier, and we're gonna have live music. We're gonna have food trucks. The sheriff department's gonna be bringing one of their nostalgic vehicles out. It's gonna be muscle cars, vintage cars, and it's just for the community to have a good time. It's not really to make any money. I mean, we're charging $5 per car to get in there. That money will be used, of course, for a different program, which is for us probably going to be the Christmas basket giveaway or something, or whatever director again has decided we want to split this money up and use it for. But um, we've had a lot of great donors. We've had Zilke's Towing that donated, Gage Towing has donated, Jeff's Towing who's donated. There's a lot of people who have donated to this cause to want to see and invest in this community. And I, you know I've been telling everybody I put this together with prayer and faith because how fast I had to do it. That's all I had. And I appreciate the carceral banner that you had. You hooked me up with your people, and that's what we came up with. And I was like, man, it's a Mustang on the front, so I know that's a great banner. Yes, it is.
So, Chief,
So yeah, so I'm hoping for some fun, some actual release of the pressure on me and all that stuff once this thing is finally over with. And I don't know about you, director, but I think it's going to be a great time.
so how? All right. So let's just pretend like the average user, such as myself, doesn't have much idea. So you mentioned muscle cars, and I'll kind of explain what exactly each category car you mentioned, what those are. Uh,
Okay, so for me, if we're talking about vintage, I'm talking about, 30, 40, 50-year-old cars, that have been kept in pristine condition. Um, that most people who own those vehicles, they take to the car shows to be admired, to enter into car shows. And then when we talk about muscle cars, we're talking about vehicles that have been modified from their original, condition, you know, for higher horsepower, and whether it may be for track racing, like drag racing, or any other type of racing, or if you just have a older vehicle, and I say older, I'm talking 20, 25 years old, that you've had all your life, but it's just like in pristine condition, and it would look good out there with the rest of these vehicles. Those are the things I'm talking about, you know. And I know I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of the they call them dunks. I don't know if you ever heard of the dunks. These are the drag racing cars that have the 24, 26-inch rims on them. They'll be gold, silver spinners. I mean, they're Impalas, Caprices, you name it. And
mm,
a lot of them are drag racing cars. And sometimes you'll see them driving around town because they're street cars as well. So those vehicles, I'm asking to enter as well. So yeah, it's mostly modified vehicles or vehicles in their original pristine condition is what we're looking at.
okay. Have you had any entries contact you yet so far?
Yeah, I was contacted by Michiana Car Cruisers, and they're spreading the word amongst their people. Um, I actually, this which is the reason why I was, late getting on, is because I was actually still out as this thing progresses, making contact with other groups to make sure that, hey, spread the word, have them contact me if you need be, but have them bring the vehicles out. And so far, it's been all positive. The food
So
trucks are already set to go. Um, I know I'm going to have one vendor who will probably be selling barbecue tips, and it's not Larkin Girls. I made contact with them; they might not be available. Um, the Michiana, the pink taco
yeah,
truck, what I call it. They're
yeah.
going to be there. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm going to bring some things down to give away to the kids who come out, some bracelets, you know, first responder bracelets and things like that. Fire department's going to be there. Of course, our department, your department. So even if there's not a ton of cars, it's a community fair no matter what.
Did you get a hold of Hopi?
I
Elephant
did.
Ear?
She's going to be at your event selling elephant ears. Yeah, y'all got me. And that's my badge. And I hope it's you guys have an event downtown that's supposed to be pretty nice. And it's going to be in the arts district, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I believe it's Pechacucha. I'm not really sure.
See, that's
Okay.
spreading love though. We give them to that. See, that makes me proud. You have an event, I have an event, and we have an event, and it's giving our people something to do other than be out there causing mischief.
That's it.
This is a good thing. This is a good thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, Benton Harbor, join us. Even if you're not a car person or have a car, come down. It's a
Yeah,
barbecue, kind of see. They're cool. Again, I'm not a car person per se, but I love. I'm a museum person. I will go to any museum. I'm like a kid in a candy store. My wife will tell you, like, oh, just let him go, and we'll just meet you back up. I go to any museum, art museum, kids museum, car museum, you name it. So it is. This is basically car shows are kind of like mobile museums of motor vehicles. It's amazing.
yeah,
So if you're a person like that, again, you don't have to be a car person per se. If you enjoy history, art, because cars are both history and art, you would enjoy a car show.
So I'm reading something here. We forget the felony expungement, Lamar Murray, Saturday, 12/4. Okay,
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, but we definitely
me
support
either,
that.
but that's important. That's real important.
It definitely exists. We got art Artoberfest this Saturday. All right, so that must be the event downtown.
Okay.
Artoberfest. I don't know much about it. I think maybe in the future that you might have the chief know about it, but Because you told me we had an event downtown. So
Yeah,
apparently it's the
it'll
art.
be really nice.
Yeah, he said Pensacola was last week. All right, so that I know about, but I didn't know about Oktoberfest.
Okay.
So okay, that's what we got going downtown the city. And what's Shaq talking about? Dodge Chargers with Hemi. Do you got one? If you got one, bring it.
Bring it. Shine it up. Make it look pretty. Bring it. But I will tell everybody who's doing this, who's bringing in vehicles, no, there's not going to be any illegal, no marijuana use, no drinking. We'll be practicing um, uh, car show etiquette. And if for those who don't know what car show etiquette is, you're not going to be in there burning rubber, peeling out, and causing danger to the public. We won't have any of that. You'll be asked to leave if that does happen. So just make sure you practice car show etiquette. Park your car, be there to talk about it. Let us all admire it, and let's go from there and have fun.
Well, it's going to be a busy weekend, I would say, for me, and of course, one of my other jobs. Friday, of course, Friday football, home game, Benton Harbor High School. It's going to be senior night. So we're going to be honoring our seniors. Got 11 seniors on the team. So unfortunately, our schedule is screwy. We only have 3 home games. So we've had one already, first game. This is the second one. And then we got one, I think, in another 2 or 3 weeks. So usually in high school football, you'll have 5 home games and 4 away.
Mm-hmm.
We got 6 away and 3 home, which is highly unusual. But again, the whole program is in transition, so and we're not also in league anymore, so that kind of contributes to that. So come out, support Benton Harbor football. Looking to get our first win and start to run the table, hopefully. And we have actually pretty good crowds. Even our away crowds, Chief, have been pretty good.
Good.
We actually packed out the Dowagiac visitor stands. It's not a big stand, but we packed it out. So we just got to, put the product on the field. So that's what that. And also, lastly, I'll say at Greater Grace, actually my church, we have Women's Day this Sunday. I got the first mother is she likes Women's Day, so we do Women's Day. So that is, I guess, kind of similar to Mother's Day, but it's honoring women. Quite honestly, I don't know the difference, but she's the first mother, so what she says goes. That's what we do.
That works.
And so we'll have service, and then we will have food directly after that. Actually, that'll be catered by Diallo, by Sean. So although Diallo's closed, Sean is still catering. So he'll be catering. He does our catering for us at our church, and he will be catering again. We'll have chicken, greens, macaroni, dressing, and of course probably his cornbread. So we look forward to that. If you want to come out, join us. We start at 11:15. And then we'll probably get downstairs and start fellowshipping probably a little bit before 1. So busy weekend, and hopefully we can end the weekend with some positivity to kind of get over these things that have made our hearts heavy through the middle of the week. So, Chief, that's all I got. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Just on a serious side note, if y'all could save me some of that spiced cornbread, that would sure be nice. Thank you, brother. I can thank you.
All right.
All right, that's all I got, and I hope to see the community out there helping us celebrate the community car show coming up here.
And we thank you for those that tuned in and chimed in, Sister Keller and others. Thank you for your comments and support. Please spread the word. This is streamed here live on Facebook, also on the City of Benton Harbor's YouTube channel, so you can share this. People can see it after the fact. And again, this is our attempt to try to keep engagement with our community and be transparent and keep you up to date with the to-dos going on in our towns, Benton Harbor and Benton Township. So with nothing else, Chief, we will get out of here because then I got to get ready to do some things. I know you got to get back doing details of the car show, and we will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. You all be blessed, Benton Harbor. We love you. Chief McGinnis, Chief Greg Abrams, Benton Township, and we will talk to you guys later.